I have a question along those lines. So you work with dialogue a lot. Is that common for all of you when you're scoring? Is there always dialogue there?
Dialogue's king.
Very much so.
Yeah. The other thing you got to watch out for too is all the sound design elements, and that comes into play also when you're EQing your tracks. You want to stay out of the way of those frequencies. Now, a lot of times you're not going to get to hear it when you're scoring, but if you work with production long enough, you can kind of get an idea. So you want to really mix your stuff and stay out of the way of those frequencies. That way, too, you don't lose your track. Also, doing the split stems that you talked about earlier, that's another thing, because you might just have one element in your score that might be stepping on something. Rather than lose your whole cue, they can pull that element out separately. But that's total dialogue is always king.
So, all right, so what you were just saying, Sean, is rather than deliver one entire mix as one file, you would have different elements as different files, so that the mixing editor would be able to bring up or bring down specific parts.
Yeah, you might like put percussion on 1 and 2, and strings on 3 and 4, horns, whatever the split is. Do it in a way that it makes sense. And if you have things that are questionable, you might want to separate those. And that way, when they get the whole track, if they play everything at unity gain, it's the cue. But it gives them options. You don't want to give them too many because then you end up remixing your cue, and you want to keep some integrity there. But it's just a really good way to go because you just don't know. And when they get in there, they might make last-minute changes and things like that.
Well, it's a smart thing to do because when they're reviewing it, when you send it in, if it sits in the mix better, if it doesn't step on anything, they're probably more likely going to say, "Wow, that's awesome! I love it.
Right.
It feels real good," because you can hear the dialogue.
Well, no. What I wanted to say is that I'm in concurrence with what everybody said. You really have to ensure that you don't step on the shoes of these, a car passing, a ball bouncing,